Welcome back. In this particular video, we're going to look at the results of our searches in the library catalog and learn how to locate the actual books and ebooks we found in the library catalog search. So, just as a reminder, to get to the library catalog, we click on Menu, and then under Research, we click on Library Catalog. You can see we're back to the basic search box. Recall we previously did an author search, a title search, a subject search, and an everything search. I'm going to go back to our original topic of yoga. I'm going to type in the word yoga, and I'm going to click on alphabetical browse and subject. So this tells me we have 75 titles with the official subject term of yoga. To find out more about the books, we click on the title. This first page we see is called the item information. It tells us basically what we need to know and whether we want to go find it on the shelf in the library, or if we want to move on and look at something else. It gives us a title, an author, a subject term. It also tells us down here that it is available at Oceanside campus, and in order to find it on the shelf, we need this call number, RA781.7 S723-2017, and then the location is Stacks, which means it can be checked out. If it says reserves, that means it's a textbook for a class. The second screen we look at is called a look inside. This isn't the actual text of the book because we are looking at a print book. But it does give me a review and other information and a list of the table of contents. So again, I can decide before going to the library to find it on the shelf if it's what I want. Probably the most important screen in the library catalog is called the catalog record. And the catalog record gives us all the publication information we need in order to do our citations. So again, we have a title, an author, we have a city of publication, the name of the publisher, and the year of publication. You will need all that for your citation. Let's suppose I'm at the San Elijo campus and I want to get this book and I don't want to drive to Oceanside to pick it up. I simply have to place a hold. Click on Place Hold, put in your Surf ID and password, and select which campus you want it at. So I'm going to select San Elijo, SEC, and then I click on Place Hold, and that book will be sent over for me to pick up at the other campus, at San Elijo in this case. So that's something pretty handy. You can even use it if you're searching at home and you are going to be at Oceanside, but you want to make sure that the book is already pulled for you. You can place a hold. We're happy to do that for you. Sometimes though, when you're in the shelves, in the stacks looking at books, you may find other ones that are exactly on your topic also. So don't limit yourself. If you want to go look at it on the shelf, you may find some other books. Going back to the result list, I'm going to click on Go Back. So these were our results. We had 75 titles. There's a variety of types of resources here. If it has a call number, it's a print book. If it says electronic resource video, that means it's a streaming video. We also have, if it has this web link and says electronic resource, then it's an ebook. So let's say we want to find an ebook on our topic. This one looks interesting to me. Yoga XXL. It's an electronic resource from EBSCOhost, which is a database, so I know that it's an ebook. So I'm going to go ahead and click on electronic resource. So this looks just the same as if it were a print book, but it tells me that it's available through this particular database. Internet, that doesn't mean out on the free internet using Google. It means that it's just an electronic copy, a digital copy. So in order to get to the actual book, because this is just information about the book, is we click on web link. I'm going to open that up so you can see it. So this is information about the book. And if I scroll down, these are the table of contents. Look at yoga for people with bigger bodies. These arrows to click through, just as if I was flipping through a book. And here's all the subchapters within that particular chapter. I can go specifically to one that I'm interested in. The other nice feature is I can click on Search Within, and that's going to search the entire book. So let's look at Downward Dog, which is a yoga pose, and see if they mention it. So they mention it these times within the book. So you can click on wherever you need to go, and I can view the page where that occurred. Okay. A couple quick things about ebooks is you can save your pages, you can email them to yourself, you can print them. Unfortunately, the publishers of these books don't allow us to let you print out the whole book or save the whole book as an electronic copy. Some of our ebooks you can do that, others not. So that's again up to the publishers, not the library. But what I can do if I want to email myself the pages, it says I can email this section, which is 7 pages. The most I can do is 100 pages. But just know that if you log out and come back to it again, you can print more pages or save more pages or email more pages to get around that restriction. Sometimes you will be prompted to check out the book, but I would guard against that because when you do that, you can only check it out for 2 days, and you need specific software installed in order to read it. So it's really not worth it. It's easier just to read it online, and when you're done, just close it. So, which brings me to another piece of information, which is the citation. Unlike the library catalog, you can't get a citation automatically generated for you for a print book, but for ebooks you can. And I can look at this under MLA, Works Cited. It's a little closed up there, but if I copy and paste that into my paper, I can then double check and see if it's correct. I have to double check it against the MiraCosta Library MLA handout and page, make sure I've done it correctly. Okay. I'm going to go back to the ebook. I will note too that you can use Google Drive. So if you use Google Drive, you can save this page, which is just the information, not the entire book, or you can save your pages that you're downloading to Google Drive. And again, here is the citation, or you can save it or email it to yourself. One final thing, in MLA with ebooks and other databases, you use something called a permalink. That's discussed in the lecture. A permalink is a stable URL. So I'm going to click on permalink, and it gives me the permalink right here. This is the one I have to use inside my MLA citation. I also recommend, if you're going to copy and paste a URL so that you can get back to the book, use this one. Don't use the one that appears in the address bar of your browser. That won't work. That's called a dynamic URL, and that won't work. It only works once. So keep that in mind. So I think we're going to stop there. I'm going to go ahead and close this and go back to the catalog. So basically, we just talked about how to find the information about the book, if it's an ebook, if it's available on the shelf, how to place a hold and have it transferred to yourself, as well as how to open and access and actually save pages or print pages from an ebook. Thank you for watching this short video on how to view results in the library catalog.